Yeah, huge weekend for us, really big weekend for us. I was so incredibly proud of our group. Especially it's a difficult place to play at Nevada. You play in the football stadium on turf. It's the only time we play on turf all year. And we didn't have a great first half and responded really well and scored a great goal. A freshman, Nicole Anderson, who I thought was outstanding all weekend, a really special talent for our program, which is exciting in her freshman year. And then played UNLV in what may be one of the strangest games I've ever been a part of in my life. And you go up 2-1 and give up 2 penalties in 3 minutes, which was, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. And then the grit and the resilience to respond to that. I think most teams stop and you give up. And for our players to come back and get a great goal and almost even take it, in the end. So we jumped 2 teams that were ahead of us, which is exactly what we wanted to do. And again, I think I said last week, this team's going to show up and they're going to fight, and they keep doing that, which is just special to be a part of, especially with the young group. So really proud of that. 9 seniors this week, which is one of the most bittersweet things of being a coach, is to say goodbye to some players that have really been a part of building this legacy. And some transfers and some kids that have come here and been injured for 3 years that nobody knows their name, but they're a huge part of what we do here. So it's always bittersweet, but it's a really special way to kind of send them off, and a huge weekend in terms of soccer as well. So we got to get 2 more results and hopefully keep kind of the momentum rolling right now.
What do you have to do against CSU to have some success?
Yeah, they're really good this year. I mean, I think they're sitting alone in 4th right now, but they're a very composed team. They're a team that I think they feel like they've underachieved the last couple of years, which I would agree with. They've always been quality, and you see that now. Like, they have a bunch of players that have kind of been through the trials and tribulations, and they play that way. They play very comfortable, very confident. They don't let any high get too high or any low get too low, and I think we have to match that and really kind of bring the energy. And yeah, they're a good team who's going to be tough to beat. But I think right now we have a good rhythm to what we're doing, and I know that we're going to show up and compete.
You feel like as the season has gone by, like you talked about the young players, they finally they're in rhythm with one another more at the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, like it's the only way that you gain experience is to play, and to get through these moments that can be really difficult and really high and really low, and we've had both this season. But I really believe that creates resilience, and it creates this sense of unity. And these guys have been through a lot together this year in a great way. So I think when you have that, then you feel like you can be in any match. And whether we're favored to win or lose, they go out and they play, and they're going to continue to do that. So I feel comfortable any game that we go into in the Mountain West that we're going to show up and compete.
You had a 3-3 match going back and forth the last
Yeah.
time. Do you enjoy the pace of the 3-3 match?
No, I thought I was going to die. Yeah, I think I aged 10 years. No, I don't. I mean, I really thought that at 2-1 we kind of had a decent control of the game, and then there was a really odd red card in the game, which I think kind of throws players off. You don't see that a lot, especially in women's soccer, especially a straight red. And it just kind of threw the game into this spin. It was hard to explain. I mean, even being there. And then 2 penalties in 3 minutes, I don't think I've ever seen that. I think they missed a penalty for us in the other box. It was just crazy. It just felt like a hurricane, truthfully. But again, you go down 3-2 after you have a 2-1 lead. I've had teams that would have thrown their hands up and been frustrated, and our team was the exact opposite. Like, they marched straight down the field, and it was led by freshmen and returners, and that to me is so exciting, because you go into next year and they've been a part of it. They know now, all right, a red card comes or 2 penalties come, and that experience is just so valuable. But no, for me, I thought I was going to die. It's stressful.
I just noticed I wasn't rolling on some of it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about the seniors again. You had a real good statement at the beginning about it being bittersweet and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard, and I think anybody that's been on one of our senior night games, it's we try to go all out for them and really honor them and make it special. And I think the longer I've been here now, like, these kids have been with us for 5 years, so it feels like part of your family. And when they move on, it's hard to say goodbye. It just is. But I've always told myself that if senior night was easy, then it's time for me to quit. So we'll say goodbye and we'll honor them and we'll do the right thing and hopefully go out and play our best for them. And the cool part is we still have 2 more games after it, so we get to continue to play, and we control our own destiny right now, which is right where we want to be. So we're in a good position. But yeah, it's tough to say goodbye to some of these kids. Young women, not kids.
Coach, with that result, I mean, it's been very rare all this season for either side to have 3 goals in a game. I mean, can you just talk about the consistency that your defense has played with all year?
Yeah, it's the goals that we've given up have come from moments like this. Like, it deflects off somebody, or there's an odd penalty, or like we're not getting broken down in the run of play a lot, which is a promising thing, especially when you consider it at moments we have a sophomore goalkeeper and 3 freshmen in our back line. But I do think as a group we want to eliminate even the opportunity to give up some of the PKs and some of the set pieces, you know? So, it's a rare thing to give up 3 goals, but it's also hard to define that 2 of them were penalties within 3 minutes. I mean, that's just strange. So, they've been playing great all season. I think Allie's finding a great sense of confidence in goal. She had a pretty bad handbrake at the end of last spring, so I think she's kind of finding her rhythm now. And our offense is kind of coming to life, which is where we've been, you know, moments of greatness and moments where we want a little bit more. So we're in the right place right now.
Do you feel like you're playing your best soccer at the right time now with the Mountain West tournament?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, again, I think if you looked at all of our games this year, I don't think there's any games that we felt out of it. But sometimes you just need a good bounce, and sometimes you need a little extra effort play. And I really think like these moments where, you know, you're down 3-2 and there's 3 minutes left, and you come back and you score. Those are the moments that will continue to define you. And now those players know they have it in them. So I think we're in a good spot.